top. He's got a man. It's knocked away. Almost picked off by Lamont Everett. He just got a finger on it to prevent a touchdown. They were throwing for Kurt Hawes, and Lamont Everett went up to knock it away.
Well, it was a terrific play by Everett and almost a sensational play by Hawes.
We'll get another look at this one for you.
Everett recovered. He was beaten by a step or two when Cavanaugh cranked up, but he recovered, and that's an excellent effort. And now watch Hawes.
Off the fingertips and could not hang on. So it is second down, 10 to go from just outside the 30-yard line for Mountain View. Van Morlehem, big hole left side of the line, inside the 25. They'll mark it down at the 20. Going to be very close to another first down. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. And you're right, that Mountain View line is really operating well.
Cavanaugh may have lost his footing or headed the wrong way a bit because he was almost diving as he made this handoff. A big gainer right here, but look.
Right there, you're right. Boy, look at that hole. And Van Morlehem powers ahead. They're bringing on the chains to measure and see if he got the first down. Typical Mountain View, this drive, when you think of the Toros of years gone by. Eating up a lot of time and just controlling the ball on the ground. First down, Mountain View.
Well, if you're Mesa, you have to, this is what you have to be thinking about. If the Jackrabbits can hold Mountain View to no more than a field goal, that would put the Toros up 14-6. Mesa could tie it with a touchdown and a two-point conversion. But the way the Rabbits have had trouble moving the ball offensively, it would not seem that they can afford to give up a touchdown.
The Jackrabbit running game has just gone nowhere tonight. And the Toro defense has put a lot of pressure on Richardson when he's tried to throw. This is Zachary. Good move. Gets to the outside. What a move he put. And I believe it was Lardamita back there in the backfield. And skipped away from him and then traveled all the way down inside the 15 near the 10-yard line. And
he got some pretty good help downfield from number 32, Scott Bowen, who was leading the way. There's Bowen right there. That block sure helped.
Lardamita with the diving attempt, and right there forced out of bounds at the 10. It's first down, goal to go. Mountain View, the ball squarely on the 10-yard line.
The thing that's so impressive about Mountain View, when the Toros block, it's not just a matter of delivering the block, but they stay with the men, and they look for others to pick up downfield.
Well, maybe the moment of truth here for Mesa. Hurtling down to about the 7-yard line goes Mountain View. Lardamita, one of the men getting up. Lindhorst in on the carry.
Toros are going to have to score. There's no chance to pick up a first down anymore.
Second down goal.
Second down earlier in the ball game in a similar situation. Toros tried to throw for the touchdown. But they are doing so well on the ground.
Boy, it's an impressive array of running backs Jess Parker's assembled here in 1986. And he utilizes every one of them. Here's Zachary. Kicks free from a couple of tacklers, and he's down to the 5 and maybe inside the 5 to about the 4. Lamont Everett finally got him down. Zachary's a senior. Lindhorst is a senior. Van Morlehem is a senior. The one junior running back, Jason Phillips, who runs out of the tailback spot. Allen is also a senior. Here's Zachary.
Right through two men.
Good-looking runner. Timeout is being called in the field. Credit the timeout to Mountain View. Clock shows only a minute 25 to go third quarter. And Mountain View has controlled this quarter. There's been no scoring. But they're down there now inside the 5-yard line of Mesa. These two teams close out with good opponents next week. Mountain View travels to Chandler. That is usually a very tough football game at the end of the year for both those teams. And, of course, Mesa has their traditional rival Westwood to close out the season at Jackrabbit Stadium. And playoff seedings could very well be hinging on some of those games. Of course, Mountain View with a win tonight ties Mesa for first place in the league with 6-1 records. Philadelphia comes to town, the 76ers with Dr. J. Next week will be on hand November 14th. Join you at 7:30 on ESPN for the opening telecast on ESPN of Suns basketball for 1986-87. That's our first of 20 telecasts throughout the season. We hope you'll tune in to join us each and every Suns outing. Well, this has been an impressive drive for Mountain View. They've covered 70 yards so far in 14 plays. And of those 70 yards, 62 of them have been eaten up on the ground. The only pass play in there was that 8-yard completion to Kurt Hawes back near midfield. Third down, goal to go at the 4. Toros with the ball. Hand it off. Van Moorlehem is down at about the 1. Richardson, one of the people there. Also Abney at the bottom of the pile from the linebacking spot. Hanging on. It's going to be 4th down and goal from the 1. 4th down. Kavanaugh just reads that play, and if the hole seems big enough, he'll tuck it in, which he did that time to Van Moorlehem. Here we go, 4th and goal, ball on the 1. Stacked in tight. They'll pitch the ball back to Zachary. He won't get in. Mesa holds. They throw him for a loss back at the 5. The Jackrabbits take over.
Very interesting call. The Toros had been having good luck just lining up and firing out at Mesa. The last time Mountain View was in that position, the Toros ran a quarterback sneak for a touchdown, but for some reason they tried to run wide, and the Rabbits, just before the ball was snapped, moved a couple of people over to that side of the line and were able to deliver.
Well, Kavanaugh almost looked like he was going to pitch to the opposite side at first, then turned and went the other way to Zachary, and it was all white jerseys around Zachary, so a big defensive stand for Mesa. With only 29 seconds to go in this third quarter, they take over. Richardson, this is Salter breaking through, and finally the big tailback comes shooting out over the 10 to about the 13.
That may be the longest run from scrimmage tonight by Mesa High.
Salter only had 3 yards rushing in the game prior to that carry. 8 seconds, that might be the final play of this third quarter. It will be. So we've reached the end of 3 quarters here at Toro Stadium. Our score at the end of 3, Mountain View 11, Mesa 6. Come back for the stadium, this Central Region battle between Mountain View and Mesa. Mesa got on the board first tonight. The lead 6-0, and since that time, it's been all Mountain View as they've scored 11 unanswered points. Mesa has just made a great defensive stand to take the ball away from Mountain View, and now it's 2nd down to the yard to go. Toros after a 9-yard run by Eric Salter. That'll be 1st down yardage as they get out over the 15-yard line. Chance Steffen, the leading rusher in the Central Region, carrying the ball. 1st down and 10, Mesa High. Mountain View well ahead in total yards, and look at time of possession, too.
The thing Mesa has to be concerned about now with the clock running as we just start play here in the 4th quarter. The Jackrabbits really need to do something on this drive, because if they give the ball back to Mountain View, the Toros are probably going to